Okay, we're recording on one. Now I'm gonna pause and get the Instagram going. Okay, so the purpose of this gathering is to really give everyone, the whole online community, a space to not only express what you're feeling about some of the bullshit that we all see going on and that we're all hoping changes as a result of everything that's going on globally, but also I've been wanting to do this for several months because I really feel like building online community was something that helped me so much. When I found out that I had herpes, I didn't think that anybody else that was out there knew what I was going through. When I started coming more into my witchiness, I didn't think that anybody I knew was into that kind of thing. So I would like hide books under my bed. I have felt isolated in a lot of places in my life and in a lot of times that felt really significant for me. And especially at a time as significant as this, that is significant for everyone at this time, um, it's really important to have community, to have a shelter to hide in and to feel safe even when you feel scared, because everybody's there with you saying, I'm scared too, we'll make it together, we'll make it through. What I want to do in this gathering for good and for all other gatherings for good is to have a singular focus so that whatever we are all doing together, we can combine our energies and send out this one very clear, consistent, focused message of this is what we want to see more of. When I tell my inner world, when I tell my inner reality that this is the visual image of how I want my outer reality to look, it starts to send out those vibrations and tell the universe, hey, this is more of what we want things to look like. And then things start to shift. Synchronicities start to come up. You start to see your favorite number. You start to see all of these different things that tell you, whoo, okay, the thing that I've been wanting is now coming to me. It's on its way. I'm getting delivery notifications and it's on its way, right? Or the server comes to tell you it's on its way. We're just putting it up on you start to know that something is changing. That the way that things were is not how it's going to be forever. What we tend to do is see all of the bad that's going on in the world, all of the things that we don't want, all of the things that we don't like, and we start to assume that that means because we're seeing it for such a long time that that's how things are going to be forever. We get stuck in this repetitive, orderly pattern of like, this is how things are, this is how things are, this is how they've always been, this is how they've always been. And that in and of itself creates a momentum as well, sends out a ripple effect and tells the universe, this is what I want to see more of, because I don't want anything else. I'm not changing anything. What we alchemize when we recognize that we have other desires, that we want to see different things from the world than what we're actually seeing, what we do is we take what we have and we alchemize it into the changes that we want to see. So by bringing all of our mutual feelings toward all of the positive changes that we want to make together, we can send out a tsunami, like I said on my Instagram, send out a tsunami effect that creates bigger ripples than we could possibly even imagine. Now, right now we have a couple of people coming in and out of Instagram. I was hoping that we would have a couple of people on Zoom, but that's okay that it's just me today. I know that for new things, it's kind of weird and people aren't really sure what to make of it until everybody's there. So I'm not going to wait until there's a bandwagon to jump on. I'm not going to wait until the train has momentum. The train is now leaving the station, and that's enough for me. I used to want to have more people doing the things that I think are important and necessary to do, like gathering for the purpose of creating more good. But you can't wait around for other people. You can't wait around to feel better. Sometimes you just have to join an online guided meditation and not wait around. Take it, do it for yourself, be the one to build that space. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me if you're watching now or if you're watching in the replay. Thank you. When you watch this later, at any time, imagine that there are tons of people, tons of energy surrounding you and sitting in the same way that you're sitting in a circle. Imagine there are people you know. Imagine there are people that you passed on your street that you have good feelings toward. Imagine that there are people who you see at your work who come in all the time, who are excellent customers that you just love, and you don't really know anything about them, but you have good feelings for them. Imagine all of these people in your gathering, in your circle. This is what the importance of visualizing together and individually can do for us, because even though we aren't actually sitting, I don't have anybody here right now with me, but I have people here with me right now. No matter what time or space we watch this in, what we can do is send our love to each other and imagine the connectedness, imagine the link, and imagine the resonance and the vibration that's built in this beautiful circular energy. So I'm going to begin the guided meditation now. And it's funny, I was going to do a card reading, but I actually didn't bring any of my cards in here. I forgot because I was trying to set this up. So maybe after I'll do a card reading and I'll go and I'll get my cards, or I'll just vibe off of where the meditation takes us. But right now, because we're going to start the meditation part, what I want you to do is, wherever you're at, find stillness, find silence, and seek that out in your body first. So even with your eyes open, wherever you're at right now, seek out silence and stillness in your body. Do you feel like there's tension that you're holding in your neck or in your shoulders? That is vibration. That is movement. That is not actually stillness. Stillness is when things get to relax and dissolve. So if you're feeling tension, find stillness there. Find softness. Find a relaxation. In your neck, feel the relaxation. Find some stillness. In your jaw and your forehead and all of those muscles that tense up over a long period of time of being stressed over many, many days and many hours. Find stillness in those places. Let them know we don't have to be excited or tense right now. We can just find total softness, total relaxation, even if you have to just let your jaw hang, let your jaw find softness, let your shoulders, let your neck find softness, let your arms find softness. And wherever you're sitting, try to find a comfortable seat. And I highly suggest that if you can lay down for this, that you lay down and you continue to imagine all of those people that you have good feelings toward laying down right beside you, right next to you, whether in a long line that goes off into infinity or in that circle. Imagine those loved ones there. And if you are comfortable enough, you can close your eyes and begin to just pay attention to your breath. I'm going to close my eyes as well. what I want you to do is whenever you inhale, try and figure out what color and what texture and what level of movement. Is it fast or slow? Find out what consistency, what personality, the fear and the anxiety and the stress and all of the very powerfully scary information that you've received in the past couple of weeks. Imagine what it looks like when you inhale, you exhale. Imagine what it looks like, and imagine that that is what is going in through your nose and out through your mouth. What color is it? What shape does it take? Imagine it going in through your nose and out through your mouth. And imagine that all of those molecules of that color and of that texture and of that density, imagine that they are all feeding the cells of your body. Imagine how your cells react to these molecules. Imagine what your brain is doing when it's supplied with oxygen that's filled with anxiety and fear. Are you starting to find some tension in your body again? Are you starting to feel a little bit panicked or like there's some pressure in your chest? Are you starting to feel maybe antsy, like your hands or your feet have an itch that they need to get out by jiggling? Imagine what color that takes on, what shape that takes on, what density that takes on. Now exhale deeply. Exhale all of that energy out, all of those colors, everything until there's nothing left. Inhale white light and hold it at the top. Smile and exhale with a thank you. Thank you. Inhale again. The color pink. Imagine the color pink filling your lungs, filling your body from head to toe, and with a smile, let it go. Inhale the color purple. Let it fill your eyes and your mind and your mouth and your throat. Imagine it pushing out on your shoulders, and then exhale it all out. Inhale, filling your body and your lungs with blue, with vibrant blue. Hold it at the top. And with a smile, exhale, saying thank you for that energy filling your body. Exhale all the way, and then inhale green. Inhale that beautiful green energy and exhale it all out, letting it all go until there's none of it left. And then inhale again. Bright yellow, bursting through your heart, through your stomach, through your lungs, expanding your lungs, and hold your breath at the top. And with a smile, exhale. Inhale orange light. And exhale it all out, letting it all go. And then inhale red energy. Let it fill your base, let it fill your lungs, all the way into your ankles and your feet and your toes. Let it fill your body and hold your breath at the top. Now exhale it all out. Breathe normally again. Come back to your normal breath. And now with some easy, steady breaths, releasing again any tension that might have built up as we were breathing. Releasing tension in your head, in your face, in your ears, in your neck, in your upper back, between your shoulder blades, in your arms, in your hands, in your fingers, relaxing. In the base of your body, relaxing all the way through your legs, your calves, your ankles, and your toes, relaxing all the way as you find some steadiness of breath again. What I invite you to do is imagine a white light at the center of your forehead, right where your third eye would be, and project in front of you this enormous crystallized version of yourself. It can just be a figure that has your body shape, but magnify it. Make it as big as a building. Make it as tall as the Empire State Building. Crystallized, white, sparkling, starshine energy that makes up the form and the shape of your body. Now imagine holding hands with the white light energies of those that you love most who are surrounding you now. Imagine that from their bodies rise up, from their third eyes rise up this beautiful white beam of light that projects into the world this enormous, gorgeous, light, white version of themselves. Reach out your hand, your spirit hand, your white light self hand, and hold hands with those next to you. And imagine, like a ripple effect, all of the other hands linking together to form either an infinite line extending out from one side and the other, or a perfect intimate circle that closes and reverberates all of your beautiful white light energy back to you, just as much as it hums and vibrates love and white light energy out to others. Let's take an inhale together. Exhale all of your old air. And then inhale deeply. And exhale. Now I want you to squeeze the other's hands. Squeeze them ever so gently. And feel the tension of their hands squeezing you back. Now I want you to keep this tension and imagine between those two hands, between your left hand and the hand that holds it, and your right hand and the hand that holds it, imagine another energy forming that is ultra powerful and completely dense. Imagine this almost like a hard ball of consciousness, like a Benoit ball. That's what came to mind for me. Or a rubber bouncy ball. However you want to play with this ball, imagine it sitting in the palms of those connected hands. And imagine they're forming the same energy ball in the hands of those that you are connected to. So imagine everyone that you are connected to, all of your loved ones, all have this energy in their hands. What we're going to do with this energy is we're going to hold it out in front of us. So you can do this physically if it feels good for you. I'm going to do it physically, but you can do this in your mind and visualize that everyone's hands are still holding together and that these balls of energy are in your hands. What we're going to do with this energy is we're going to hold it forward. We're going to bless it, and then we're going to send it in one single direction. So right now, focus your intention, all of those intuitive feelings in your gut that tell you what's right. Ask them to send your heart a little message about how it feels when things go right, when things go the right way, when things go the way that you want to see them. Now ask your heart to send energy through your arms, into your hands, into those balls of energy. What are those balls filled with now? Are they filled with joy and fulfillment? Are they filled with gratitude and appreciation? Are they filled with excitement and thrill? Fill them up and imagine those big, giant white light figures, those big, beautiful crystalline figures, all with their energies formed together, extending their hands and releasing that energy into the center. In the center now, or before you, are all of these beautiful balls of energy. And because they are alike, they attract each other. And they start to stick together and form one larger connection, one larger ball of energy. Imagine it growing and growing and containing even more light and even more mass and even more density than the white light figures that are surrounding you. Within that big sphere of satisfaction and love and presence that we've just created, imagine it becoming a pool of water where you can see reflections. And in that pool, we see the collective consciousness. So imagine in that pool what the collective conscious looks like as it is now. Who is there? What are they doing? How do they feel about what they're doing? How do they feel about what's happening around them? Now put your right hand out and you're going to mess up that image. You're going to drag your fingers through that water, through that reflection, and create ripples that are going to shake up that image. Make it clear again. And now, imagine what the collective consciousness could look like on the other side of this present moment. Who is there? What are they doing? How do they feel about what they're doing? How do they feel about what's going on around them? Now, in that reflective pool, I'm going to ask you to clear it again, and you can shake it up and send ripples until that image is gone and it's clear. We can just imagine sending a drop into the center and a wave effect rippling out that clears the whole sphere. Now I invite you to release the suffering of the present and to imagine in that sphere a world that is not ours, a world that exists without the current suffering, exists without the current issues, even exists without the current technology and advancements. Imagine the color of that world. Imagine the smells in that world. Imagine the sounds in that world. Who is there? What are they doing? How do they feel about what they're doing? How do they feel toward what's going on around them? How do you feel about watching this image? Is that something you want? Is that something you desire? Do you feel like that's something that the world needs? Is that something that you need, that the people you love might need more of? Exhale all of your old air. And when we inhale, imagine the sphere growing and growing and growing and growing until eventually, hold your breath at the top. You watch the sphere pop. And as you exhale, imagine all of the little bits of that burst sphere, of that burst bubble, raining and sprinkling down on you and your loved ones. Imagine it soaking into your skin. Inhale again. And exhale. Imagine that when you inhale, that's what you are taking into your body. Inhale again. Imagine it filling your lungs. Exhale. Inhale again. Hold your breath. And imagine that all of those particles from that sphere, from that energy, are now touching all of your cells and helping to build new cells in your body. Exhale. Inhale. And hold. Imagining that all of those molecules are extending out into every part of your body and ripple through your hands into the loved ones around you. And you can feel too the tingle that's inside of them, that's radiating into you from that beautiful, idyllic energy. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And hold. And with a smile, exhale all the way. Resume your normal breathing. Now, imagining yourself to squeeze those hands again, say thank you to those who are with you. Say thank you for being here with me. Thank you for always being connected to me. Thank you for always loving me. Thank you for being there and supporting me. Thank you for creating this vision with me. Thank you for focusing your energy on what we want to grow. Thank you for focusing our energy on what we want to love, what we want to experience more of. Thank you for focusing on what we need more of. Give their hands one final squeeze and release. You can bring your hands back into your palms or wherever it feels good for you. And you can open your eyes and come back here. Come back to where you are with compassion toward all that is happening, a desire to relieve all of the negative energy that's floating around, release it, and a curiosity toward the kind of world that we can create when the unifying energies that have brought us here together direct exactly toward one image, a greener, cleaner, more restful, more nourishing experience. That's what I was imagining. That's what I was imagining in the sphere. I'll share what I was seeing in the sphere was this big, beautiful, almost like a field with like mountains and waterfalls and everybody just lounging in the sun and enjoying themselves, working on whatever feels good for them, whatever feels good for their hands to put energy toward and bring to life. and so much. I kind of hate the word abundance. Not that I hate it. I hate using the word abundance because I feel like we use it too much to mean, to really low key unconsciously mean money, money, money. That's the abundance that we want. Of money, 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 because that buys us more of other kinds of abundance. The abundance of food, the abundance of things, the abundance of health, the abundance of stuff that we want and that we need. That's usually what that word brings about for me, at least. And what I saw was abundance of just fucking life. Like not green as in money, but green as in that radiant energy. Whenever we step into it, it calms us, it relaxes us, it releases us from the burden of doing and acting and being intense all the time. What I saw was a world on the other side of the current chaos that is more natural. It allows for chaos. It gives acceptance to and has resilience in chaos because it's free from the structured, analytical, ordered way of life. But it has its own order, you know, and it has its own patterns of waking up gently, falling asleep peacefully, in between living life as it's meant to be lived, with enjoyment, with fulfillment, with love, with with pure, that's all I can really describe it as, is with pure unconditional love. I hope that's something that was connecting for you too. I would love to hear in the comments about what you were experiencing. I would love for you to message me and tell me what this was bringing about for you and what you were imagining at all of the different spaces. And I'd love to hear your take on how it's been for you to surrender at this time and what you think you might need more of in order to feel into that that presence of I don't have to fight this. I don't have to be afraid of it because everything that happens to me happens for me, happens for a reason. I'm going to sign off of Instagram now and continue with this recording. And what I'm going to do is put this Zoom recording with the extra added bits. I'm going to come back with my cards so I can do a card reading for us. And what I'm going to do is post this on YouTube. In that way, for anyone who wants to access the guided meditation at any other point in time, you have the ability to do so. And you get a little taste of what more guidance from the universe looks like and sounds like for this particular time in history. So I hope that this has resonated for you. And I'm going to pause and come back with my cards like magic. I entertain myself, at least. That's the important thing. So let's take just another 5 or 10 minutes to receive some messages from the universe about how we can center ourselves and what we can focus on right now during this time. Oop, I think that's it. Maybe this one too. Okay. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy this, please subscribe so that we can continue this conversation. And like this video, let me know what is up for you. Wow, already we have so much so much going on. So there are 4 bits of cards There are two that are together, so I'm calling bits. They're essentially four cards or four messages, but one is just a collection of two. So the two on the outside here are the Woman of Wands and the Man of Cups. So the Man of Cups is the one that I turned over first, and the one that I may have pulled out. No, I might have pulled it out like third. The one that I turned over first is one I'm going to read first, and it's essentially the basic message that even if we are trying to be tough through this, and even if we think that getting through this with toughness is going to make us strong, or at least make us appear strong, so that we can be there for others who need that sense of somebody's here to make me feel better and make me feel more confident about what the fuck is going on right now, because they're confident, so I can be confident. Even if that's what you feel like it needs to happen, the opposite is actually true. We need to see more vulnerability, and need to see more fragility than ever now, because what the Man of Cups tries to do is ride the waves of emotionality. And what sometimes happens is when the surfer gets too stiff, which is what that rigidity and that toughness does, when he gets too stiff, he's not able to ride them as easily. It's almost like he's forcing it, and he ends up falling off. And what this really teaches us is when we have these fluid emotions that are changing all the time based on all of the weird new information, all of the scary information that we're receiving, all of the hopeful information we're receiving, there are a lot of ups and downs. There are a lot of waves happening. And in order to go through them, you have to embody that flexibility and that flow state that is more gentle, like I said, almost more fragile, more vulnerable. I'm getting the blue flowers over here, as well as the surfer, so that's why I really took the surfer story and ran with it. Let me get a drink real quick. Actually, I was gonna pause it, but no. If you have water with you, hydrate yourself with me. I invite you and encourage you to hydrate yourself with me, because probably that's one of the things that's causing you stress right now. Is you're not properly hydrated. You're not well hydrated. Being well hydrated can change everything. And it can help you flow more and feel more flexible. On the opposite side of the Man with Cups, Man of Cups, Man with Cups, Man of Cups is the Woman of Wands. And wand energy is spiritual. Woman energy is like the queen. So whenever I'm led on this path to explain the woman this way in this deck, because it's usually like, the king of whatever, the queen, the king of cups, the queen of cups, the king of wands, queen of wands, the woman is the queen. And what the king and the queen usually do is take care of the entire kingdom, the entire realm, in different ways. They balance each other out. What the king does is the king deals with the kind of like the here and now needs of the people through access to resources, materials, acquisition of wealth and property, exchange of goods, things like that, things that are physically and materially oriented. What the queen does is focuses on the people and the needs of the people, and is able to broaden her perspective into the big picture of like, okay, if this is happening with the people now, how is this going to affect us in the future? Listening to other people, connecting with the community, listening to the elders and the wise people in the community. She's the one who is actually listening and taking in the information and processing it, not so that there is a physical outcome, but so that there's an energetic outcome, that there's an energetic shift or change that is catalyzed by connecting with the people of the realm. And the Woman of Wands comes through to remind us, no matter what the big picture needs are, and no matter what our elders are saying, no matter what is going on within the community and with individual people within the community, there is a broader need. There's a greater need that must be, it's like there's like a here and now need, a present moment need, which is like the little details. And then there's this long-term need. And sometimes we prioritize the short term of the here and now over the long term. But what she's reminding us of is they need to be in balance. They work together to make sure that the realm succeeds. And if we've been focusing on materialism for so long that we've forgotten to connect with the people and what their needs are, whatever their needs are now, what we need to look forward to is their future needs and the long-term needs of the people. And where we can find that is within the spiritual energy of meditating, of connecting through guided meditations that are collective gatherings, connecting with lots of people and lots of people's energies, as well as just specifically your own energy, and calling upon spirit in those moments to guide your way and show you the path that is not just going to help answer a now need, a present need, but also future needs. And I know that's kind of strange, but I think we're gonna get more details on that in the other cards. So the third card is the Child of Wands. And this is a reminder that I love this card because I always think of the Child of Wands as the kid who's on the road trip to Disney. And at least that's us, because I've grown up in Florida my whole life. So whenever my family would take a road trip, my sister would be asking us, are we out of Florida yet? Have we left Florida yet? And it's like, we're staying in Florida, baby girl. Like, we're just going to Disney. Like, we haven't left the state yet. We haven't left the country. We're still moving. But there's that energy that comes from children of, are we there yet? Are we there yet? It's hard to conceive of time when you're younger and everything is just happening. When you get older, you have a more rigid version of what time looks like. And because right now we're in a space where our structures have been lost and our structures have started to get muddled, we've all become the children in the back seat on on the road trip where the universe is driving and we're in the back one. Are we there yet? Is it over yet? When are we going to get there? How are we going to know that we're there when we get there? And again, because this is a Wands card, it relates to our spiritual energy and reminds us that asking the universe over and over when this is going to be over is not going to help it move any faster, and is actually probably going to create this kind of, not judgment energy, but if you're judging this moment as something that you want to get out of, then you're basically telling the universe, I don't want whatever you have to teach me right now. I'm that child who doesn't want to be here, didn't want to take this class, and now that I'm being forced to go through it, I just want to get out. I just want to know when it's going to be over. so that I can say that I did it and it's done. But if you're like me and you believe that everything happens for a reason, you want to relax that desire to leave where you're at so that you can start to embody the presence, the role of the learner, the one who says, I have something to get out of this. I have something to learn from this class, this challenge that I've been faced with, and find out how I can help Mother Earth, the energy of the world, repopulate in the right way, not repopulating humans, but repopulating our fields and our water sources and our non-renewable resources, which are called that because only the earth makes them. And when we run out, it's gone. Giving her the space to do what she needs to do, asking her, instead of asking the universe when it's going to be over, asking her what she needs and how you can align with her needs. In protection of another Wands card, so 3 Wands cards, this is all about spirituality. This is all about spiritual energy. Connecting to 7, which is the number of power and of protection in this deck, which is why the Courage card has come through, because we feel empowered when we are facing our fears. And when we have a certain level of, or a sense of protection of like, whatever I face, man, I just got to do it, whether I'm afraid or not, because I'm here to learn. I'm here to level up. Doing so from that space. And feeling that way toward Mama Earth as well. Feeling that way of like, wow, you finally have the space to empower yourself. And I need to have the courage, even though I'm afraid of what that might mean for the future and for the comfort of my future. I need to acknowledge and respect that now is your time. Now is the time that Mama Earth gets to make the decisions and call the shots and tell us what she needs and tell us the direction that she wants to go in. Allowing her to shine in this moment when she's taking her power back by protecting her in the ways that we thought we haven't been protecting and preserving, which could have kept us from the mess that we're in now. But instead, chaos voted. Chaos voted for this to happen, for this really massive wake-up call to come and tell us, you may be afraid right now, but that fear is going to catalyze new ways to empower Mama Earth and yourself to protect Mama Earth, as well as new ways to protect yourself from the disempowering way that we've been running things up until now. So there are a couple of different, there's a little nuance there of like, hey, this is for Mama Earth, but it's also for you. And don't rush things. Don't go saying you want to get out of this before you even get something from it. Align with your own energies and your own that big white light spirit that I talked about. Aligning with that and asking what that self needs for the longevity in the future. I know that didn't make any sense, but you understand what I'm saying. As well as handling the here and now, the present moment, with fluidity, with flexibility, and with a willingness to even dive deeply. Because we feel like we've fallen off of the surfboard and been pulled into the undertow, and we're all just spinning around underwater, wondering when we're going to be able to come up for air. Being in that space, allowing yourself to slow down. How do I really feel about this moment? What do I really need to do? Instead of panicking, because that's usually what if you weren't raised in Florida, then you probably don't know this, but we take swimming very seriously as far as going into the ocean is concerned, because we talk about ways to get out of the undertow. And the thing that they always teach you as a child, when you grow up, every time people talk about how to get out of the undertow, the thing that pulls you under, the current that pulls you and kind of pushes, it's almost like a underwater washing machine where it just stays in this spin cycle. When you get pulled into that space, the first thing they tell you to do is don't panic. The first thing they tell you not to do is panic. Don't panic. Let go of that woo energy. And like I said, find stillness, find softness, find the quiet, because that's where you're going to hear what you're really feeling, how you really want to feel about it, and see the direction forward. I hope that this card reading has helped you and has given you a little bit more of an understanding about how you can approach this time so that everything that happens happens for a reason, and that we don't let this opportunity to evolve and to transform the way that our culture and our society connects, not just amongst ourselves, but with nature, with the world that we've been born into. I hope that this has helped you do that. I hope that this will continue to help you do that, and that you share this with others who might be in need of a little relaxing, a little recentering, and a little curiosity about what we can make from this. How we can turn these lemons into a big cosmic vat of lemonade. I love you so much. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful rest of your day. And remember that you are deserving of all the love that you need and desire.